Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, Yasha'Allah, shalom. This is your brother Yawana, representing the Warriors for Yahushai, Michigan Camp. Back at it again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Barakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Millstone, the Ruwa, the Teach Will, the Toss is Truth, and a hearty shalom to all the Akim and Aqua tuning in. Shalom. All right, so we about to get straight into it, man. All right, we back at it again with another TikTok update. Man, all right, it's just like, man, every single day, it's like we getting closer and closer, man. All right, just like when you watching a movie, you know, you watch a movie, like an action movie, sci-fi movie, you know, a thriller, you know, all these movies, man. You know, you get to a very interesting part, you know, when they get close to the end of the, let's say the end of the episode, they always leave you with like a cliffhanger, man. All right, and that's how it's been lately in America, man. Or basically all over the earth, man. But lately it's been like, if you could think of it, it's been like this, man, like this big wraparound, you know, of judgment, man. All right, so let's get the different videos and the different stuff we've seen. My bad, so I'm gonna pull it up from right here.
China welcomes all measures conducted to cooling down the current situation and supports an impartial investigation as soon as possible. As a common neighbor of both India and Pakistan, China hopes that India and Pakistan will exercise restraint and meet each other halfway. We should properly handle relevant differences through dialogue and consultation and jointly safeguard regional peace and stability.
All right, so all these nations, man. Okay, China, you know, China, India, you know, North Korea, man, all these different countries, man, they all doing a whole bunch of different stuff. For this particular article, it says China's foreign ministry expressed hopes India and Pakistan will exercise restraint following last week's deadly attack on tourists in Kashmir, Pakistan. So basically, this thing is heating up, man. All right, no matter what anybody believes, Babylon the Great, which is America, is coming to an end, man. All right, and all these different nations, China, Russia, Iran, Pakistan, wherever, they all getting ready for World War III. Let's get the scripture, man. All right. So yeah, Babylon the Great is coming to a freaking end, man, and we need it to happen. All right, TikTok, you know, Instagram, Facebook, all these different things was pushing all type of wicked doctrines, man, and all type of things that you see on TV. You be like, man, what the hell? You know, things that you see on the music. You know, everything is completely polluted, man. The only thing that can save us from this wicked society, from this flesh, from the doctrines and traditions of men, is Yahweh Yahushai. All right. And before the Lord can come save us, we got to go through Jacob's trouble. All right, we got to turn down the MOTB, be pilgrims on the earth. Okay, the end all be all is World War III, man, which is going to be these nuclear missiles being used on different parts of the earth, predominantly Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay, according to Bible prophecy, in Israel. All right, other places gonna get touched. You know, Russia might get touched. You know, other places gonna get touched on the earth too, man. Okay, but for the most part, the only place that's gonna be totally destroyed is America, Babylon the Great, according to Bible prophecy. So this is Revelation 11 and 14. The second was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. What's the third woe? The World War III. Okay, it's coming quickly, man. All right, whether these people believe it or not, one day you're gonna wake up. All right, you're gonna hear those doomsday alarms. You're gonna see those missiles being shot from China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Pakistan, you name it, man. All right, let's get the scripture. This is fire, man. Joel 3, and I'm gonna get it from. Let me see. I get it from 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men draw near, let them come up. So the Lord is putting the spirit on all these nations to get ready for World War III, man. You can clearly see it, especially with all these different tariffs. Salakia. With all these different tariffs and things like that, you can look down here. All right, the Lord is putting the spirit not only these different Americans, the Lord is putting the spirit on division all over the earth. Egyptian against Egyptian, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. You clearly seeing it, man. All right. So it says beat your plows into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. All right. Let the weak say I am strong. So all these nations, China, Russia, Iran, all right, that's what the tariffs wars is for. The cyber warfare is for. All these different things is happening to get us ready for what's about to go down, all right, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, where the Lord is about to judge all these nations by bringing them into World War III, all right, which is going to bring in what? Those missiles, man, all right? So it says, beat your plowshares into swords and pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. It says, Joel 3:11, assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, gather yourselves together round about. They're called thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right. Let the heathen be awakened. Come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit and judge all the heathen round about. So the Lord's about to judge these people, man. All right. And we're seeing the beginning of it. All right. Very soon, Babylon the Great is going to be desolate. Let me see if I grab one scripture going into that. Salakia. All right. So this place is going to be totally destroyed. And it needs to be, man. This society is completely polluted. Scripture says this is not our rest. Why? Because it's polluted. All right, this place is finished, man. All right, and it gotta go. All right, this Isaiah 1:7. Fire, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. It don't get no better than this. This Isaiah 1, and I'm gonna get it from 7. Your country is desolate. Your countries are burned with fire, your land. Oh man. And strangers devour in your presence, is desolate and overthrown by strangers. Salakia, wrong one. Wrong one, Salakia. Desolate. It's not the one I want. Let me see if I can find it. Salakia. I believe it's in here somewhere. So it should be that way. Yeah, man. So the Lord's going to totally destroy Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. And for what reasons? Because this place has totally went off, man. All right. It's taught the rest of the world to go off. All right. This whole society is completely polluted, man. All right. This is Malachi 1:4. As Edom said, and who is Edom? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. All right. The whole nation of Edom is going to be completely destroyed eventually. All right. But first they got to go into slavery. First they got to go into captivity under the Israelites for 1,000 years, man. All right. It says we are impoverished, but we return and build the desolate places, which they already did. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. The Lord's going to throw down this society, this kingdom, this rulership. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So Lord, it's about to totally destroy this place, man, because the Lord is pissed off at Esau Edom, all right, for putting his people into captivity, which was, it really was prophecy, but the way that Esau did it, he overdid it, man. All right, these heathen nations, they overdid it as well. All right, for all the wickedness that Esau Edom pushed when he was had the earth under his rule. Yeah. Let me see if I got this one. Let me get one more because I want to get one more going to desolate. All right, Joel 3:19. Egypt shall be a desolation, all right, which is Babylon the Great. It's going to be completely destroyed. And Edom shall be desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in the land. Right? Now Esau Edom been shedding hella blood in Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, Joel 2:3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. Right now, you look at Babylon the Great, people look at certain things, but oh, it looks so beautiful, it looks so nice. This place is the best. But in reality, all right, it's about to be totally, completely destroyed. And behind them, a desolate wilderness. Yeah, nothing shall escape them. Right, nothing's going to escape these nuclear missiles. All right, according to Bible prophecy. All right, so let's keep going, man. Let's get some more. All right. So let's get, man. It's so much to cover too. All right, so this Isaiah 32:9 says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters." Right, man. When you look at these videos, man, of our women, you see that they're shaking at the head of what they doing. You like, what are they doing? All right, look at this, man. Even some of our men, 2/3 of our people
cruise line after getting into a fight. Video from Saturday appears to show a group of people. You see them here shoving each other while disembarking a ship inside of a terminal in Galveston. You can see people being pushed to the ground. In a statement to NBC News, Carnival says this happened in an area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and has been turned over to law enforcement.
All right, man. So it says, "Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, you women that are at ease, be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vines." So literally, man, a lot of our women, they about to get caught out there doing Jacob's trouble. All right, we got blackouts and stuff all over Europe. Okay, cyber warfare happening all over the earth. People telling you that the shelves are about to be completely empty. Meanwhile, you got our people doing things like this, man. Let's get to scripture. All right. So this is Psalms chapter 44, and I'm gonna get it from. Let me see. I'm gonna get it from. Man, it's all fire, man. Let's get it from 9. "But thou hast cast us off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our army." So basically, Yahweh Shai used to walk with us. All right, the Lord used to protect us. The Lord used to basically, these chariots, they used to hover over us. They used to protect us and keep us safe. Told us where to go, where to move. During the night, the scripture says that the ships was like a light. All right, and during the daytime, these ships they move with us. All right, but now the Lord has hid his face from the nation of Israel, except for the elect. All right, but 2/3 of our people, they're not seeing the Most High. Okay, they're not even. It's not even all their mindset to turn to Yahweh Shai. All right, so for the most part, man, a lot of our people, they've been put to shame. We've been put to shame through slavery, these curses. All right, all these different sicknesses and diseases, and self-hate, man. So yeah, man, our people are got all these different curses and demons. Look at it, man. All right, and that's why we need Yahweh Shai, because we could be just like them, man. Okay, but through spirit and power, Yahweh Shai, through the Rakat Kodash, we have that 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 wisdom, all right, to know how to move, man, to be in certain situations like this, to not do certain things like this. All right. So it says, "Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves." So all these nations, we were slaves to them, man. All right, we were under them. "Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and has scattered us among heathen." Right, you got Israelites that look like so-called white people. You got Israelites that look Chinese. All right, you got Israelites that look Philippine. All right, you got Israelites with all different shapes and colors and sizes. But for the most part, we've been spread across all nations. All right, well, and how do you know that? Whatever, let's say you have a man from the 12 tribes of Israel. So he's black, Rican, Jamaican, Haitian, Cuban, all right, Mexican. It doesn't matter which one of the tribes he is. Literally, as long as he's a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, no matter what woman he lays down with, that woman is always going to push out an Israelite. All right, why? Because that Israelite man that she's with, she's whenever she lay down with him, whatever child that come out, it's always gonna be an Israelite. It don't matter if it's a Chinese, a white woman, an Egyptian woman, it's always gonna be Israelite. Why? Because the man carried the seed, man. All right. So we've been scattered into all nations. All right, through slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, all that, man. All right. So it says, "Thou sellest the people for naught." Psalms 44:12. It does not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou make us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a byword, nigga, spiga, black, all these different names that they come up with. A scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. They make us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. So when you see stuff like this, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans doing this, you begin to shake your head, man. All right, you're not shaking your head at damn ish people. All right, you're not shaking your head at white Jesus. You're shaking your head at the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Oh man, that's crazy. My confusion is continually before me. The shame of my face have covered me. So yeah, how about Shimmy Abashai Gear? 2/3 of our people, they're gonna always be on this type of behavior. Okay, Salakia. So they're gonna always be on this type of behavior, man. And it's nothing you can do about it. All right, let's get some more.
Office of Personnel Management will begin evaluating federal workers' loyalty to Donald J. Trump. Yeah, that's a thing right now. Fuck news. The Office of Personnel Management will begin evaluating federal workers' loyalty to Donald J. Trump.
Man, this man, Donald Trump, is about to be a damn, this man, a dictator, man. I mean, rightfully so, right? Hey, you see what's going on? Let's play this. Look.
Tariffs on each item on the website anymore. This morning, so the White House must scare the shit out of Jeff Bezos, because Jeff Bezos says he's no longer showing us the price of the tariffs each item on the website anymore. This morning, the Amazon company stated they were going to put the cost of the tariffs on their website next to their prices so people could see how the price is being impacted by the tariffs. Well, I guess the White House decided they were going to go ahead and give Jeff a call, and now he's not doing that. On top of that, UPS has just stated that they're laying off 20,000 workers due to a decrease in Amazon packages. So not only are we going to be in the dark about how much these tariffs are impacting the price of our goods, it's looking like people are going to be losing their jobs left and right. Wondering how everyone feels about that. How do you feel about the fact that the White House can call up an owner of a major retailer and tell them that they can't do something for the consumers? Sounds like they're in control, not the people that are paying the bills. If you shop with Amazon.
This is Matthew 12:5. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So America, Babylon the Great is a whole nation. It's a kingdom. All right, it's divided within itself. You have Edomite against Edomite, Egyptian against Egyptian, American against American. All right, this place is going down, whether you believe it or not, man. All right, you got people that still believe, oh, Trump is crashing this or doing this. You have a better America or a better this and a better that. This thing is about to be done. All right, the way these tariffs is hitting, they talking about empty shelves, and the way all these different things is happening, blackouts that's happening over there in Europe. All these different things is signs, man. You having more and more hurricanes and earthquakes, freak tornadoes, and man, all these different things are signs of the times, man. Signs that we're getting closer and closer to the second coming of Yahweh Shemashah. All right. It says Matthew 12:26. If Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall he then his kingdom stand? Right, man. So how you gonna be in a kingdom where every person is against the next person? Everybody's losing their jobs. Every store is closing. Every business is going bankrupt. All right. This society is man, it's about to be crazy out here. Let's get some more. Slovakia.
All, chances are you've benefited from something called the de minimis exemption. The exemption allows packages valued at under $800 to enter the United States duty-free. But as part of an escalating trade war with China, President Trump signed an executive order ending the de minimis exemption specifically on packages from China and Hong Kong. It's slated to end May 2nd. In response, Hong Kong's postal service has stopped package service to the U.S., and Shein and Temu have announced they will raise prices in the U.S. starting April 25th, citing increased operating expenses. To discuss what this means for American consumers, I'm joined by Clark Packard, a research fellow at the Cato Institute. Clark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Clark, let's just start here. What's the purpose of the de minimis exemption? Why do we have it, and why did President Trump end it specifically for China?
The de minimis exemption exists to help facilitate trade between countries. It doesn't make sense to spend $1 trying to collect 50 cents worth of tariffs or duties. So it's been a function of U.S. policy for almost 100 years, but it's kind of fallen out of favor in recent years.
In ending it for specifically China, the Trump administration is doing this to combat the flow of fentanyl. Is ending de minimis for China an effective tool to stop this?
I'm somewhat skeptical of that. First of all, every package, even packages that arrive under the exemption, are scanned by Customs and Border Protection, looking for illicit substances, drugs, for example. They're fairly successful at that. But if you just end the exemption for just China, that leaves out other providers or other suppliers of fentanyl. For example, India and Myanmar and other Southeast Asian countries are known to produce large quantities of fentanyl.
A Congressional Research Service study found an estimated $66 billion worth of entered from China under the de minimis exemption in 2023. So
China got everything, man.
Y'all on EBT and y'all trying to use your EBT card and it's not working. Not sure. The whole system is down right now, nationwide. They're supposed to be changing companies or something like that, but they didn't even tell people who needed the most. Mom, dad, kids standing in the register. This country will fund everything but hungry families. Stay strong, spread the word.
All right, so this is Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. So literally, hey man, money is not gonna save you, man. Having an EBT card, having cash, stocks and bonds, none of that's gonna save you, man. What's gonna save you is having that wisdom, knowledge, and stability. And Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, man. Let me see if I get that. All right. Let's get that. This is Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So literally, that's what's going to save you, man. All right. Having that fear, all right, knowing the scriptures and having that faith and believing, man, on the true names. All right. Because very soon, they're going to cut all this, man. Every single thing that you see is going to be cut off. You're going to have blackout cyber warfare. All right. And then these people, they're going to go into all out craziness. All right. You're going to see people breaking and entering into houses, pillaging, and doing whatever. You know what, man. All right. So this thing is heating up. We can get some more.
I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is factual, but Section 8 will be cut come 2025 or later 2025. This is what I've seen. I think it was on Facebook. I didn't even go and fact check, but I want to address the comment that I seen, and it was like, this is good because people be on Section 8 and they abuse it. It's like, how is this good? Whether a group of people are abusing a resource, if the whole resource away for the people that's not abusing it, we don't have it. And I feel like that was always the problem with Trump voters or people who didn't side with Kamala Harris because they thought that they were just giving out awards, their participation awards. No, they were giving out resources for people who needed it. And it's because you fell through the roof of freeloaders and stuff like that. That's just what happens when you have a public service or public resources. But when you take it away, now people are scrounging. And when people get in survival, when people do things that they would not normally do. So it puts you at a danger. So even if you're not a part of the Section 8 community, you get around, you need to feed your family and watch what they do and watch how they act and watch how people move. And I think that's what Trump is kind of bargaining at. He's getting at, stir crazy. People become fearful for their lives. It's survival of the fittest. So certain, government assistance that's now being taken away is not an act of service. It's not, oh, now everybody.
This Deuteronomy 31:6, it says, "Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee." So how about Shimei Shai? He gonna protect us, man. All right, the scripture says it's gonna come a time to where this dollar, we're no longer gonna be on the dollar, man. Okay, the MTB is gonna be pushed worldwide. All right, one day instead of taking the dollar, one day instead of taking, gold or things like that, the only currency is going to be that MOTB, man. All right, and if you don't have that MOTB, you're finished, man. Okay, why? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna try to throw you out your house, man. All right, but that's why we gonna depend on Yahweh Shemi Shai and have faith, man. All right, we're not gonna care. Okay, they throw us out our house. Oh yeah, you're finished. Now you don't got no place to live. We're not gonna care. We're gonna be pilgrims on the earth. Let's get the scripture. All right, this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and 39. It says, "Even so shall the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." So everybody gonna be catching hell. It's not just gonna be the elect. It's not gonna just be Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be trouble for all tribes. All right, all nations. All right. The scripture says when Yahushua returns, all the tribes is gonna mourn, man. Let me see if I can pull that up. All right. Tribes mourn. Matthew 24:30, "And then shall there appear the Son of Man in heaven, Yahweh returning with the chariots, the whole host of heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." All right, every single tribe, all the nations, they will see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, just like you see on Independence Day with that giant giant fathership. Esau Edom say mothership, but it's really mocking. All right, it's a fathership. Yahweh Shai is a man. Ariana Grande coming out with God is a woman. That's all lies, man. Okay, Yahweh is a man. All right, the one you ignorantly call God is a man. All right, the woman is the weaker vessel. Okay, really, women are created to serve their man. Okay, so why would God be a woman? Just like people saying that Yahweh Shai are so-called white men. Okay, if the Lord, why would the Lord be white when, to be white is really a skin deficiency. Okay, you can't really get sun. All the animals and all the different nations, they got melanin. The only people that don't got melanin is Esau Edom, man. All right, that's a curse. To have leprosy, the yellow thin hair, that's a curse, man. Your skin losing all its melanin. You just pure, translucent. That's a curse, man. All right, so yeah, every tribe is going to mourn when Yahweh Shai comes back. It says 2nd Esdras 16:40, "O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. In those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." So we're going to be pilgrims on the earth. Why is that? "He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose." So this 2nd Esdras 16:42. "He occupied merchandise, if he that have no profit buy it. And he that buildeth as he that should not dwell therein. So you got people that's doomsday prepping. You got people that's got the underground bunker. You know, all this. It's not going to save you, man. What's going to save you is having faith in you. How about Shimmy Abishai, calling on the true name, believing on his word, studying, praying. All right, consistently rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, all these things is what we're doing to hope that we get salvation, man. All right, you see 144, that's like a faith boost. Okay, so man, it's going down, man. Whether people believe it or not, you got to be prepared to lose it all. All right, let's keep going. You know, people say stock up, man. You can stock up whatever you want to, but the scriptures say Esau Edom's gonna come like a madman sparing none. Let's see if I can get that.
With the shutdowns, watch how these motherfucking tariffs is getting ready to do. The hospitals, the dental office, they're not gonna get supplies. Get in the comments. I hope you're ready. I don't know who the fuck needs to do this, but y'all thought COVID whipped our asses with the shutdowns. Watch how these motherfucking tariffs is getting ready to do. The hospitals, the dental office, they're not gonna get supplies. Get in the comments. I hope you're ready.
All right, so let's get Second Ezra's chapter here. Matter of fact, let me get this, man, because she talking about the house, the hospitals, and other places not of supplies. This is something that they've been talking about a lot lately. All right, hey, let's get
it. Next year fiscal year report of 2026. He's looking to drastic cuts to housing assistance programs. This means emergency housing vouchers, right? Housing choice vouchers, those assistance programs, they will be reduced. Now, we don't see that 2-year Section 8 clause in there, so don't let anybody, spread that information to you. However, with these drastic cuts, we could definitely see that, there's going to be longer wait lists for those type of programs. There might be an increase in homelessness, and we might see, a lot more housing instability. But y'all, there's always good news at this end of this. If you don't think these lawyers is about to sue this administration to high hell, right? You put Americans out here on the streets. It's so unpatriotic. It's un-American. It's unconscionable. Literally morally immoral. So y'all do not lose faith. There are lawmakers out here that are going to try their hardest to make sure these type of cuts felt by the American people.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's get the scripture, man, because she bugging. All right, she bugging. She's talking about going to the white man for help, man. All right. Let's get the scripture, man. This is Isaiah 31:1. All right. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. She want to go to Esau Edom, for help. Oh, we going to go to Esau Edom. We going to sue him. We need a lawyer. That's not going to save you, man. And stay on horses, trust in chariots, because they are many. You looking at Esau Edom, his army, his hospitals, his education system. But he's just a man. He's a mortal. All right, all these other kingdoms, they all then got to run. All right, I think they say what it's 255 years. America's 250. America is on it. Is coming up to those last few years, man. All right, this society, this kingdom is going to shut down regardless of what people think. All right, so yeah, man, you can lawyer up. You can call your Congress. None of that's gonna work, man. It says, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So you're not even paying attention to how about Shimei Awashai, man. Like, she bugging.
To lash out at. Yes, you heard me correctly. There is now trouble in paradise.
We know about that. Right? These tariffs about this, man.
Breaking news. Verizon just lost over 300,000 customers because of Trump's and his tariffs. So a lot of people are leaving cell phone companies because their phone bills are going up when the tariff's supposed to only affect members buying new phones. But it seems like everybody's bill is going up at least $5. And AT&T and Verizon just announced earlier this week that they were going to pass Trump's tariff increase onto their customers, meaning you're going to be paying more anyway. Now, as of yet, T-Mobile hasn't mentioned anything regarding the tariff increase, but AT&T and Verizon CEOs already spoke out, and yes, you guys' phone bills will go up also. Whereas some customers are locked in on a 3-year contract, but you also may still be affected.
All right, I got a scripture, man. I'm just waiting now.
I'm gonna try to record this. This is like the third time with being interrupted. I was listening to Hassan like this morning about the empty shelves and the ports are gonna be empty coming soon. I mean, he's calling it the tsunami, and he's not joking when he says, because if you look at it, once those last cargo ships come, that's it. It's done. Once they get to store shelves, that is it. And the fact that this is being compared worse than COVID is scary as shit. There's going to be so much job loss, that job growth that our Trump keeps on touting, and the fact that first people that are going to get laid off are your transportation people. So it's going to be like your trucking industry, your FedEx, your UPS, your people that work on the laid off. And then eventually people in the automotive industry will be laid off. And then it'll trickle down to your retail and fast food and restaurants. Yeah, dude, this is a scary time. And I'm trying to keep calm in this, but I know the outcome that's going to be probably, because I remember COVID, those grocery store shelves were crazy and the prices were insane. And the fact like we're going to that path, if not worse, is more crazy.
People not ready, man.
Hot breaking news. I told y'all.
Slovakia.
Yo, this is why people be crashing out, y'all. Like, y'all see this? It's because it is. Like I told y'all before, bro. I don't care. I'm going to just keep showing y'all, bro. That's exactly why that happened. Because the economy, these jobs not playing fair with people. And it really makes me sad, bro, just to see the direction that America is going in. Like, it's not going to get for the working class, bro. Like, it's really not. Like, we really got to realize, bro, like, you can ask the jobs all you want for a raise and all that stuff. And they really feel like you asking for something negative. Like, nah, you really trying to help yourself out. But yet, they want people to work super hard just to work on other people's dreams and other people's stuff. Like, America is cooked.
A woman has contracted curable disease at a karaoke bar after holding the microphone too close to her face. A Chinese woman's karaoke session turned into a night to forget after she contracted herpes while singing. She noticed the blisters forming around her lips after the night out, and after they continued to resurface, she eventually received her herpes diagnosis. Since then, the blisters have begun to spread to her cheek, with the woman sharing her deal online to warn others of the risk. She is now stuck with herpes for life.
Damn.
A 20-year-old woman just drove her car
All
through
right,
a
let me
date.
read this. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Let me scroll down a little bit. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6. And I'm going to get it from 22. All right, I'm trying to pull up an article while I grab that. It says, 2nd Esdras 6 and 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound which every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear of those with those that dwell therein. And the springs of those fountains shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these have I told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So basically, all right, these empty shelves and stores closing, this is all prophecy showing us what? We're getting closer and closer to Jacob's trouble, that we're getting closer and closer to race wars, gang wars. All right, that we're getting closer to division. All right, that all hell's about to break loose very soon. Look at this, man.
Has announced that it'll be cutting 20,000 jobs this year because of cost-cutting measures, because of fewer deliveries from Amazon. Layoffs will impact about 4% of its workforce. Now, you want to know why there are fewer deliveries from Amazon? Because people are purchasing less right now because the economy's not as great. And also, there are fewer imports coming into America because of tariffs and higher costs. This move, according to CBS News, is part of UPS's plan to consolidate facilities and workforce. It'll close about 73 buildings as well by the end of June 2025. But in today's regulatory filing, UPS said, quote, the cuts are in connection with our anticipation of volumes from our largest company. And as a result of this consolidation plan, UPS is expected to save more than $3.5 billion in revenue just this year. We'll see what happens next, but know that cost cuts are coming for UPS. Job cuts are coming. Spread
20,000 people.
Not the Nebraska farmers going bankrupt by voting for Donald Trump. Like, I don't give a shit. You guys.
I am extremely worried for the safety of the majority of the United States. As some of you guys didn't know, all the power all of a sudden off in major cities in Europe, and nobody actually knows why. The scary part is the entire United States power grid could be taken down in less than 18 hours. That is with a coordinated strategy if you have people on the inside. And bet you that there's spies on the inside. I would be lying if I said I didn't see the same kind of signs that I did when I saw COVID's first start. This is like a small thing no one really gives a crap until it becomes really big. Just wait. Once all the power goes out, no one's going to know what hit them.
All right, so this is Exodus chapter 10, and I'm going to get it from 21. It says, darkness over the land. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, all right, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even in darkness which may be felt. All right, so the Lord did this back in the old Egypt. All right, the Egypt that was over there when we were in captivity under Pharaoh, the Lord did that before. All right, it says, and Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. All right, which can be any number of times. The Lord can have it dark, for all of Jacob's trouble. The Lord can have it dark for a little bit of time. It really all depends on Yahweh Shai, what he want to do with the movement. All right. It says they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. All the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. So imagine in Jacob's trouble, you're going to have the whole city completely blacked out. All these different country roads and, different, highways and different places like that, they're going to be completely blacked out. All right. The traffic lights, all the planes that's flying, all these different things that you've seen on these movies like Leave the World Behind, Mad Max, I Am Legend. All these things is going to happen, man. Let's get to scripture real quick. Plagues before. All right, so all these things is going to happen, man. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Let me get it from, man, this is fire. I'm going to get it from 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand. Who's that mighty hand? Yahweh Shai. All right. And it says, and a stretched out arm, and smite either with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So the Lord's going to destroy all of Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. But first, before he do that, he hit it with the different plagues. All right. Not too long ago, you had certain places where they had their rivers turn to blood. You had a whole bunch of locusts that was eating up crops and stuff. All these different things was playing out over the years. All right. So the darkness gotta happen. All right, play this real quick.
Notion really. If this is what you voted for, you are about to reap what you sow. Trump has started a war. No more ships coming from China. Reports from Seattle, Oakland, Long Island, their ports are coming empty. Very, very, very few goods are still arriving from China now, which means the trade war that Trump has enacted and the tariff plan is going to start working its way into our wallet. We're going to see a lot more empty shelves. There's going to be a lot more pricing on goods because we, as the biggest consumer against the biggest producer, will no longer be able to hold the supply that we want. Therefore, we're going to start seeing the trade war actually happen. Regardless if you voted for Trump, if you didn't, this will affect every single one of us. It has nothing to do with political notion, really. If this is what you voted for, you are about to reap what you sow. Trump has started a war with the biggest producer in the world.
We played this last.
4 people died when a car drove through daycare this.
Man, so many.
So this is groundbreaking news that I have no idea why nobody's reporting on it. Why is nobody talking about all of the Europe nationwide power outages that are happening right now? This is spanning across Spain. This is spanning across Portugal, southern parts of France. It is a complete blackout in those nations. And this to the latest news and breaking headlines, and the report said the outage described by experts as absolutely exceptional was triggered by a rare atmospheric phenomenon causing significant.
The scripture. Let's get the scripture. All right. It says, 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, we all dwell in this world, man. All right, everybody in the world is about to experience Jacob's trouble, man. Everybody's about to see the MOTB ban passed worldwide. All right? And every person is going to have to say, I'm not going to take it, or I am going to take it. All right. And Lord willing, we're part of that people that's not, man. All right. We want to stand tall for Yahweh Shimmy Awashai and stand against the system. All right. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth, nay, one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. So that's going to be the race wars, the gang wars, the sedition among men, the uprising, the riots. That's going to come in the world, man. When all these stores close down, when all these businesses down, nobody's able to go to their jobs and everyday lifestyle, whatever. You know, no more school. Everybody's going to be out here suffering, man. All right. It says, for there should, 2nd Esdras 15 and 16, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So when you see things like this, power cut in Barcelona, feeling pretty apocalyptic as we all gather around this one guy's radio. Look at this, man. So on a lot of these different apocalyptic movies, they'll show you where people be listening to radios or looking for news or whatever, so they can figure out what they can do next or what's going on or what's happening. A lot of people's gonna get caught out there during that time, man. Look at this, man. It's so much thing that's happened. Look at this.
Driver went viral after he made an executive order on Monday. Requires commercial truck drivers in the United States to be proficient in English. This comes just weeks after a video of a truck driver went viral after he was given a literacy test.
Couldn't believe it. Going through Arkansas, I thought it was a joke. Got stopped at the way station in Arkansas and was handed a piece of paper. And it says, "Can you read and write English?" I said, "Yes, sir, I sure can." He goes, "Can you read this?" So I read it to myself, and I was like, "Okay." I started handing. He goes, "No, read it out loud for me." So I read it out loud for him, and it was short and sweet, no problem. He goes, "Now, can you write this for me on this paper?" And I did. And there was a whole bunch of people that had already written it, and I was actually witnessing people in handcuffs that had been pulled in. And I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Oh, we've come across now that if you cannot read or write English, that it's a $5,000 fine. And if you have a company in Arkansas that employs people that can't read or write English, it's a $10,000 fine paid on the spot. If you cannot pay it, you're automatically arrested and lose your license." What a shocker.
At the time of this video, there was no clear verification that officials in Arkansas were in fact.
So let me get this straight. We are suffering the worst economy, the worst collapse. We're losing, having shortages on all type of supplies. We're having shortages on workers, employees. But now Trump wants to make an executive order to where if you can't speak English and you can't write in English, well, basically you about to get a huge fine and you can lose your job, man. All right, hey man, this man Trump is not only coming at you know, the Northern Kingdom, you know, which is, you know, our Latino brothers, and you know, basically he wants to come at the so-called migrants. Okay, but for the most part, man, this is gonna affect everybody, man. Okay, not just the Northern Kingdom. All right. So let me read this, man. Look at this.
Our water, our country. Never. But these are not idle threats. America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never. But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never ever happen. But we also must recognize the reality that our world has fundamentally changed.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of the second address 15 and 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So you can't speak English, you know, if you can't write or whatever, man, Esau Edom can take you off a truck, man. All right, if you don't have the proper documentation, you can't go to certain cities. You have ICE coming down on all type of individuals. All right, so we're getting closer and closer to that time of where we're gonna be in Jacob's trouble, where if you ain't got the proper identification, you could get locked up, man. All right, which we already getting in those times, basically, especially with the with ICE and all the things that's happening now. All right, so it's for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid, and that's what we're getting closer and closer to. Is World War III times, Jacob's trouble times. All right, the MOTB being pushed every single place. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods, and because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. So people about to get crazy, man. All right. Salakia. I want to pull this up.
Getting there. Go to the grocery store and we'll be seeing shit on the shelves.
This is what it's coming into, man. All right.
Getting there.
This is what it's coming into.
Go to the grocery store and we'll be seeing shit on the shelves.
All right. Let me see if I can bring up the scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 65 and 13. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. So, hey, man, if you're not serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you about to be out here hungry, man. All right, thirsty, chapped lips, skinny belly. All right, you about to be suffering, man. Why is that? Because very soon it's not gonna be no food out here, man. Let me see.
Case scenario. Let me repeat that. A recession is the best case scenario. We're fucked. Yeah, so from what I'm hearing, JP Morgan, the big bank, is saying recession is the best case scenario. Let me repeat that. A recession
could be empty within a matter of weeks. I know you're looking forward, but this is a concern right now.
that's why we are negotiating these deals, and we're moving forward with this. And again, as the gentleman in Annapolis said, Martha, the goal is not to manufacture dog collars again in the U.S. The president is looking forward to the jobs of the future, not the jobs of the past. The goal is to bring back high performance manufacturing jobs. All
right, so this is Genesis 41 and 31. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it should be very grievous. So just imagine a famine so serious that people don't even remember having Snickers, pulling up to different restaurants, that people don't even remember eating lunch at school and different things like that. It's going to be so bad out here, all right, that the empty shelves is going to be just dry, man. All right, people are going to start beginning to panic, man. And just like that person said, what's that going to bring? Martial law. Okay? Hey, it's about to be serious, man. Let's get another one.
President.
Seattle shipping port is empty. So is LA. It looks like that's 3 main shipping ports on the West Coast. They are no longer getting international shipments. The last one is scheduled for tomorrow. This is going to have huge implications for our economy really quickly and also long term. We are probably going to face one of the biggest economic recessions we've seen in probably over a century. This is going to be really bad, especially with all of the migrant labor that we rely on now being gone. If farms can't harvest, if people can't ship things in and out, if truck drivers can't pick up deliveries, our entire system crashes. We are going to see food shortages, empty shelves, job losses, and even higher inflation with all these tariffs. It's going to be pretty crazy. In like 3 to 6 months, we're really going to start feeling this really hard as the harvest isn't being harvested, as retail stores aren't having any inventory and go out of business. This is going to affect mostly middle class, lower class Americans. Rents are going to go up even more. Mortgages are going to go up. It's going to get harder to get loans. And we are going to see huge layoffs. It's time to start channeling your grandma who survived the Great Depression. Start learning canning. Buy a bidet, switch from paper to cloth products, shop locally. This is probably going to be a lot worse than what we saw during COVID. And the fucked up thing is the people at the top with all the money aren't going to be hurt by this. It's going to be us. While everything is skyrocketing in price, and while
so this is Joel 5 and 22. It says, "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh," man. So the elect is going to be laughing during this. You're not going to be worried, man. All right, if you've been standing 10 toes down for Yahweh Shem Shai, praying, repenting, constantly getting your spirit in order, calling on the true names, watching the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, you're going to laugh during this time. Why? Because the Lord's going to take care of you. Neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. All right, let me skip up to another one. Joel 5 and 20. "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and war from the power of the sword." All right. Psalms 37 and 19. "They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine, they should be satisfied." So the Lord's elect is going to be good, man, during this time of famine. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. All you should be doing is praying. And there's nothing wrong with, you grabbing a couple cases of water. There's nothing wrong with you getting some canned food or whatever. It's not going to save you. All right, you're not going to be protected from, the different things that's going to come upon this earth, such as, let's say, just because I got some doomsday prep, now I'm protected from, people coming in and breaking in my house and taking it. No, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is going to protect his elect and those that believe and trust in him, but not people that's believing and trusting on, doomsday prepping or, stocking up on guns, bullets, or tents, whatever. That's not going to save you, man. All right, let's play this. I don't want this to be too long, but man,
By mid-April. I don't think they're coming, people. I mean, this shit is everywhere. Empty ports, empty shelves. Not trying to scare anyone, but if you see the amount of circles on this map right here in Shanghai, the world's busiest port, that means they might not be coming. Just want people to know this is real. And we have nothing going on at our ports.
America is about to learn how good we actually used to have it. The ports are empty. Food isn't coming in. Goods not coming in. Everyone who works in the shipping industry is saying we are about to face a crisis much bigger than the empty shelves during COVID. We have felt entitled in this country to freedom, to democracy, to human rights, to unlimited food and crap to buy. We got lazy and we did nothing to maintain those freedoms and those rights. We assumed that other people would do it. We stopped valuing our own education. We stopped reading. We stopped being kind to other people. We got completely hell-bent on having more.
Just saying, it's about to get me. All right, so I'm got the
Don't go buy no more lettuce. Okay, no more lettuce. Eat something else, because there is an E. coli outbreak that has hospitalized 88 people and already killed one person. They're not telling us all the information that we need to know, and what companies is exactly having these outbreaks. They are trying to cover it up. Okay, so if you've already eaten lettuce, if you've eaten some lettuce already before, and you start feeling sick, woozy, or whatever it may be, you go to the hospital immediately. Okay, because it's not good. So, and they're hiding all of these things. Okay, which is horrible. Okay, horrible. So the best thing we can do is just don't buy it, because you got one time to tell me something about some type of outbreak, baby. I'm just gonna stop buying altogether. We're gonna have to figure out another vegetable to eat. We just hamburgers, we ain't gonna have lettuce on it tonight. Okay, so if you ain't seen it on the news, which they have not really been reporting it much, it's been around.
So like this is Ezekiel 7:15. The sword is without, the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So man, you could get away, go on the outskirts of the city, but you're still gonna be shot down. You're still gonna be sent to a concentration camp. You still might be guillotined. You still might suffer in some type of death, man. All right, and the people that's within the cities, they're gonna die from all different type of pestilences and sicknesses. They're gonna die from famine. All right, it's gonna get real bad out here, man. A lot of people are gonna go back to being cannibals. Okay, so let me play a couple more videos and we're gonna close out. I didn't want to make this to be too long, but it's just so much stuff. It's so much stuff that's happening, and like the elders apostle always say, you can never do enough. All right, we already know about the empty UFC sports, All right, and the truckers with the English, but I wanted to get some of the videos from Madrid. All right, these different places is suffering from that blackout. It's hot, which you
So
always.
you're telling me people are stuck in Spain and Portugal, and there's a current nationwide power outage, and they're saying it's because of environmental reasons? What is that even supposed to mean, y'all? So they're saying that a slight change, the very slightest change in the weather, caused the power lines to basically be taken out. There are rumors of this being a cyber attack potentially, but y'all, people in Spain and Portugal can't even use their debit cards. Like, imagine if you only had your phone, Apple Pay or something like that. They can't even use their debit card. They only can use cash. People cannot get on planes and fly back home that traveled there or visited there. There is no way.
Is a disaster movie actually playing out in Europe? Because it sure looks like it. We've got reports of phone lines down, traffic lights going out in Portugal, buildings being evacuated, subways being evacuated, people stuck in lifts. In Spain, apparently the busiest airport is out of power. Flight traffic has to be reduced. Obviously, the flights aren't taking off, they can't. And hospitals are on emergency power. really they're set up like that, but there is a big question here about backup systems and how long they're taking to.
It's going down, man.
Breaking. China is telling the U.S. that we don't need you.
If you fail to leave the United States after receiving a removal order, we can and will issue monetary fines up to $998 a day. Stating your
Most of Spain and all of Portugal hit by a major blackout at around noon local time today, impacting power and phone lines. Public transport, traffic, and phone services were mostly down in parts of Madrid.
All right, one last video. Man, yo. So,
breaking Sheen has.
With that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai, Bahashem, Rakai, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, the rule well, that teach well, that taught us his truth. The hearty shalom to all the Akim and the Akwaf tuning in. Shalom, shalom. Hey, man, we almost out of here, man. And, hey, every single day, we're going to see more and more things play out to show us that we getting closer to the end. Salakia. So, yeah, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Shalom.